Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. My name is Jennifer. Here we talk about everything. And today, what we're going to be talking about is triggering to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what you're doing right now. This message is going to affect you somehow. Now, what I want you guys to know, first and foremost, is that my version of perception may not be the same as yours. Somehow we can find a compromise and make this world a better place for both you and I. That being said, I would love for those of you, especially dealing with weight issues, to take the time. I don't care what you're dealing with. If you have the time to watch 90 hours of absolute therapy in the most profound way possible, I need you to please take your opportunity right now and check out Verizon Wireless. Oh! All right. Now, Verizon Wireless, this is not a commercial, but this is a way through to the process of where we're trying to get to. Please follow the directions. And if you'd like to put my name in the process of a referral, cool, no problem. But my goal is for you to reach your goal. Anyway, so the first thing you do is get Verizon. Your first line or additional line will give you not one, not two, but 3 products that you can get for free. They say it's for free, but you actually give them $5 a month for 2 years, and you pay off your phone, your tablet, or your watch. And right now they're doing iPhones and iPads. So I would suggest that you guys get on there and get that, because I tell you, mine have come in handy for me. I've got one that's halfway paid off already, and the other ones are a third of the way paid off already. And they have helped me tremendously, tremendously. Also, Verizon, listen, before I came to where I'm at now, I lived in an area where nobody could get service. It was very mountains. I lived in the valley of the mountains, or the plateau of the mountains, my bad. I lived on the plateau of the mountains. On the other side of the plateau was a valley, which made it incredibly complicated to get cell service in certain areas of the county that I lived in. Also, when I would travel outside of the city or the state, I would have issues connecting to other companies. But with Verizon, everywhere I go, I'm connected. I dropped Verizon for a little bit. I will not drop them again. When they say they are everywhere, they mean they are everywhere. So I would highly suggest it. Also, right now they're doing 6 months free. 6 months free. Now that's $15 a month for 6 months. That's $90 that you get of service for Disney Plus when you join Verizon. Now, with that Disney Plus, you get Disney Plus, you get all the stuff they've got, plus you get Hulu. And after the 6 months, it's just $10.99 a month. So you're getting Hulu, Disney Plus, Pixar, and a bunch of other things for just $10.99 a month. You can't get Netflix for $10.99 a month right now, but you can get Disney and Hulu free for 6 months, and then $10.99 next year after you've had a minute to get it as your favorite source of getting out of your head for a minute. Anyway, we all need that. I don't care who you are, how much of a practice you got going on, that you're, everybody needs a moment out of their head. And this happens to be one of those things that I'm able to use for myself, and it helps me tremendously, dude. Every day it helps me tremendously. So I'm passing this forward to you. Again, I say, if you want to pay dues, put my name down as a referral. So you get paid and I get paid and we all get great service. Now, what we're going to be talking about is the show that I'm watching right now. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. 90 hours. 90 hours of full-fledged therapy. That is fun to watch, to listen, and to, how do you say it, relate to as well. The cast is incredible. I am now in season 3, and I'm working through till the end. But as we sit right here, I have to stop and ask you to join me if you feel like you might be able to resonate. The storyline consists of a passed away dad, a set of triplets, color diversity, weight issues, and mental illness. We also have foster care and adoption in there as well. So if any of those things resonate with you, please take the time to watch This Is Us. Mandy Moore's in it. Anyway, she does an exceptional job. An exceptional job, dude. She does an exceptional job. So, like, shout out to you. Anyway, there are no more seasons. It was season 6. Again, I have not gotten to the end yet. So I can't tell you any details, but what I can tell you is that it's helping me therapeutically, sensitively, in a way that I can understand and pass it forward to other people as well. Now, in this, that I'm focusing on all of it. It all helps me with my purpose, it helps me with my past, it helps me with my present, and it's helping me with my future. The thing that I'm focusing on right now, and in this season, what they're focusing on, they, actually throughout the whole thing, is weight. And that seems to be something that has been a problem for this channel to talk about without getting repercussions and being hated on and ridiculed for bringing it up, because you're supposed to be all accepting of how other people are and accepting of yourself as you are. However, here on this channel, we disagree with that. If you're not happy, there's no reason for you to accept it. And I can promise you, with every beat of my heart and every moment of my own life, that being overweight is never something we accept 100%. We may act like it, we may look like it, and we may portray that as a future for our residents, but it doesn't ever seem to get there. It doesn't matter the clothes we wear, it doesn't matter the diets we're on, it doesn't matter the compliments and the love that we get from the people that are around. We still have that issue with, I'm not good enough. And it doesn't even matter, if you go to, especially, and I think the people that do the, let's cater to the people that are overweight and make them nice clothes. However, most of those clothes are clothes that grandma wouldn't wear, but you're expecting the fat people to wear. That's not going to get you in no clubs. It's not going to get you dining somewhere. They're going to sit you somewhere nice. They're going to sit you next to the kitchen with most of the stuff these people put out here for fat people to wear. And that's not being rude. That's being legitimate true. Like, a lot of people, they seem to think that if you're fat, you're old. And you shouldn't be showing your stuff off. Well, in general, if you're overweight, you probably are not comfortable with showing yourself off. And if you are comfortable with it, you're hoping that somebody will give you attention and want that fat stuff so that you can feel good about yourself that you got to show off and shake your stuff a minute. But in reality, you feel really fucking horrible about yourself and don't understand why anybody would want you. And then you're going to get mad at me and go, how can you think like that? And I'm like, I'm saying the things that you're afraid to say. I'm talking about the things that you don't want to talk about because it makes you cry, and accept the fact that you're not so strong in the activities that you're dealing with right now, and you're not happy being fat. You're just trying to figure out ways to accept it because you can't figure out ways to be able to lose the weight and keep it the fuck off without crying all the time or fighting with the diet. Now, for those of you who are not fat, you may not ever know what it's like to be fat. I've been almost 300 pounds before. I know what it's like to be fat. I've also been 110 pounds with big ass bones who looks like she's sick instead of enriched with skinniness. You guys have seen some of those pictures. I can say that I'm not proud of either one. You know, one I was sick and the other I was sick. Either way, it don't matter. Stop accepting the fat and start accepting the track. And that track is a way to a healthier way of life. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why. Before you cut off, you need to follow through with what I'm saying. I don't want to ruin the storyline for you, but I am going to say these parts. And maybe it'll help you even when we talk about this. Is that in this storyline, in her storyline, she deals with the clothes not fitting. Like I've said, and I've dealt with that myself. She deals with the people making fun of her and not being invited to places. She deals with not being accepted by the crowd because she doesn't look the part. She deals with having to watch what you eat in front of other people so that they're not stalking and gawking at you and making fun of you because you're a fat bitch eating a bunch of fatty shit. Shouldn't you know better? But they're sitting there eating fatty shit, skinny as fuck, never gaining weight. So they don't understand what it's like to be that fat person that wants to eat the same shit that skinny people eat without gaining the weight too. Unfortunately, that's not possible for most of us. And we have to find other ways of being able to deal with it. Not to mention, the clothes are more expensive once you hit size 2X. They add an extra dollar or two, sometimes $5, $10, or $30 because of the extra fabric. So it costs more to even clothe yourself when you become a 2X or more. Which I'm not complaining to the, like I said, it's extra material. So, we have that. We also have your body, on average, is not meant to be overweight. We don't know logistically what weight you're supposed to be because everybody's body is different. It's according to your body, what you should weigh. But nobody should be fat. Nobody should weigh over 200 pounds. I don't care how tall you are. Nobody should be weighing over 200 pounds. But people do. Some people weigh almost 1,000 pounds, dude. And I don't understand that. There's too many things out here to prevent that from coming to effect that aren't being utilized, mostly because of insurance and price. But in other cases, it's a lack of knowledge, a lack of effort. These things will cost you the time of your life. It will cost you the ability to raise your kids, to even have kids to raise. It will cost you an extra seat on a plane. It will cost you every time You try to be something like the skinny people because it takes more to satisfy your efforts than it does theirs. When you are a heavy person, the parenting skills, unfortunately, no matter how loving you are at most a 60%. Because you can't run with your kids. You can't eat the same things as your kids. You don't eat the same things as your kids. And as a matter of fact, because you're overweight and you have an addiction to food, this is an addiction, let me remind you, in most cases. This is an addiction. But because it's food, it's legal, and more people have an issue with food addiction than they do with any other addiction. Nothing is said, and people want to just pass it over like it ain't shit. But there's a lot of people in this world that are very good people. And because of weight, they are left out in the cold for many blessings and occasions. I'm here today to hope and pray that you'll take this lesson and try to do what it takes to lose the weight and be a bigger part of your life. Instead of being a bigger person, be a bigger part of your life. Bring balance into your situation. Now, as a person who has health issues, I know that you can come up with as many excuses as you would like to continue gaining weight, and you can also make as many excuses as you like to sit on your ass and just stay the same. I have every one of those excuses. I do. I could not get up and do stuff because my back hurts, because my legs hurt, because my knees are giving out, or because of something totally unrelated. And sometimes I had to take a few days off, but I still keep track of what I'm doing and still make the efforts. So when it comes to excuses and me being able to relate or empathize, I find it hard to do because I'm that person that was told 10 years ago by now I'd be in a wheelchair. And I'm struggling with weight myself. And I'm finding that it's easier these days to get it off than what you think, except you have to change your life stance. You have to change your habits. And you have to change the food that you eat. The one way that I have learned to help me is picking one day out of the week that you splurge on whatever it is that you like. It don't matter what it is, and it don't matter how much of it that you eat, but you have one day a week that you get to eat whatever you want. You get 24 hours to splurge on whatever you want. And then the rest of the week, you spend making sure that the reward is worthy of the presence. Meaning that you started taking your vitamins. You started paying attention to your water elements. You started paying attention to what you were ingesting, whether it be ice cream or food, meat or vegetables, and the drinks that you do too. Did you know that they came out with a drink, a soda? Listen to me, a pop. However you want to say it. Pop, soda, Coke, whatever. I used to get made fun of all the time. I couldn't figure out which one was the correct one. So whatever you want to call it, it's that bubbly stuff in a can. Sometimes we call it Coke, sometimes we call it Sprite. It's all pop to me. They have a nutritional one now. And I don't remember where you can get it, but when I figure it out, I will let you know. Anyway, you can order it online. It's a place that you can, it's a new place I've noticed. And I might check it out and I'll let you guys know how it turns out. But anyway, It's all for, healthy stuff. It's healthy. When you have health issues, it's hard to come up with a diet plan. But it's easier to work on that diet plan than it is to accept the fact that if you don't, your life expectancy is going to be reduced every day that you do choose to go against healthy environments. It's not a matter of whether or not I like you or not. And the reason I'm going to say this, I don't have the pictures to prove this to you. Actually, I do. I don't have any pictures of me in April. And that was my best friend. And she weighed almost 400 pounds almost the whole time we were around each other. Fortunately for her, she ended up being able to have 3 beautiful daughters. But in a case as similar as Minnie, because of her weight, she settled for men that were unworthy, putting her in positions that she could have prevented. But because she felt like she wasn't worthy enough, she chose to settle for people that in the end, she's not here anymore. Her daughters had to grow up without a mother because depression got a hold of her. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want that to happen to me. And I get really mad at people who disturb that presence about me because I want everybody to live their life, dude. You don't know, maybe some of you do know, what it's like to see the daughters of your best friend have to grow up without their mom. After the conversations that you've had with her over the years, that you guys were friends, of how good you wanted things to be and what you wanted for your life, and it didn't turn out anything like what you wanted. And they hate me now, those girls. All 3 of them hate me. So the only thing that I can do moving forward, they hate their mom too, is to help you guys prevent this from happening to you. It's not going to be easy. But what I'm about to show you, I hope that you will take into consideration. What I'm going to show you is going to be a video after this video of different equipment that you can use as a person who is overweight with health issues like knee problems, back problems, mobility issues. And I am going to tell you now that in case you don't want to watch that video, these are the things that you should be trying to do with your time. And I'm also going to put this out here. If one day you decide that even after all this work, or in the moment of all this work, you want to have children, and you want to beat yourself up because for some reason God asked you to be a mother to somebody else's child, please don't be mad. Please don't be crying. It's hard. I have my own kids, and I didn't get to raise them. But there's a lot of kids out there that need a mom or a dad that don't have one, and they're already here. No need to make one. Take that into consideration, that it's not always a bad thing. You can't have your own children. Sometimes your purpose is bigger than your blood. Sometimes it's more important for you to be a part of the existence Making new roads is rough. Carving your own path is rougher. Not everybody's plan is going to work. In fact, nobody's plan ever works out correctly or the same way that they think it's going to. Nobody's. But you go about it the best possible way that you can. So I'm asking, will you join me in finding ways to be healthier about the decisions that you make? To accept the fact that you are flawed, but you are working on yourself. And to love these children whose parents, for some reason, healthy or not, God needed to do something else with. They still need to be loved. They still need to be honored, and they still need to be appreciated. The children and the parents. I want you guys to take the time to watch this show. I'm going to finish watching it. I'll have it watched by Monday, hopefully. I will have all of This Is Us watched. Now, I'm hoping that when you watch it, it's going to give you ideas to straighten your life up. I'm hoping that with this show, it will give you the incentive to make changes in your world so that all of us can see you at your best and all of us can be at our best. Because if we're not having to talk to you about what you're going through that's negative, that leaves more room for positive on everybody's path. This is your message for today, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. As for the list, I want you to take the time to get a vibrating pad. I want you to take the time to get a bungee cord rebounder, which is a trampoline with bungee cords. I want you to get on a diet plan that you contact a dietitian to help you with. And I want you to take the time, at least 5 minutes a day, to celebrate yourself for the accomplishments that you have made and for the slack. And the reason you celebrate the slack is because tomorrow when you wake up and you remember celebrating the slack, you're going to be mad at yourself because you celebrated that slack, and it's going to become accomplishments. I hope this helped. Have a great day.